The height of 60 kg rail is, the height of 60 kg rail is 172 millimeter. The height of 52 kg rail is, and that is 156 millimeter. What is the cross sectional area of square millimeter of 52 kg IRS rail, and that is 6615 square millimeter. What is the cross sectional area in a square millimeter of 60 kg UIC 60 rail, and that is 7686 square millimeter. The total GMT 52 kg 90 UTS can carry each, and that is 525 GMT. The total GMT which 60 kg 90 UTS rail can carry, route not covered by the rail grinding, and that is 800. Actual weight of 60 kg rail per meter is 60.34 kg. Actual weight of 52 kg rail per meter is, and that is 51.89 kg. A 90 R rail denotes 2, that is 90 lbs per yard. A 13 meter rail should have minimum lifting points, and that is 2. Lifting points for 90 UTS 39 meter long rail is, and that is 6. Indicate the type of marking on both faces of the wave after rail defects is detected as IMR and IMRW, and that is 3 cross with rail paint. The flange width of 52 kg rail is, and that is 136 millimeter. The flange width of 60 kg rail is, and that is 150 millimeter. The service life of 90 UTS rail is 50% higher than the conventional medium manganese rails on routes not covered with the rail grinding. Groove joints to be used on the run-through lines are, and that is G3L. The slipping of driving wheel of locomotives on rail wheel causes, and that causes wheel burns. OBSW shall be marked with, and that is 1 red cross. An excess percentage of carbon in a steel makes the rail, and that makes the rail brittle. The technique of working used in the ultrasonic testing for the design of equipment on the Indian Railway is, and that is called pulse ecosystem. The minimum length of permanent rail closure on running lines for a speed up to 100 kmph on other than LWR track in, and that is 5.5 meter. Allowable shear stress of 90 UTS rail is 22.5 kg per millimeter square. Rolling marks on the rail waves shall be rolled at an interval of, and that is 4 meter. Pre-rails while stacking shall be supported at least at 4 points. Maximum permissible overhang in 13 meter 90 UTS rail is, and that is 3.2 meter. Maximum distance between slinging points for wear resistance rail, and that is 6 to 6.5 meter. A standard gap at a face plated joint is, and that is 6 meter. Maximum gap that can be accommodated at a rail joint in normal condition, and that is 15 millimeter. Combination joint should have a gap of 0 millimeter. Sound waves of frequency, and that is above 20,000 cycle per second are characterized as ultrasonic. Angle of normal probe is 0. An IMR rail that shall be replaced within 3 days of detection. An OBS flow should be joggled within 3 days. First periodic test for 80 weld after completion of, and that is 1 year. Recommended rail section for BG new line track renewal and conversion, and that is 60 kg. Siding speed SR up to 50 kmph. Prime quality rails are further classified as Class A and Class B based on the end straightness. Latest RDSO rail specification for Class 1 rail is, and that is IRS T12 2009. Grade 90 UTS rail is equivalent to 880 MPa. In grade 88 MPa rail, MPa stands for, and that stands for megapascal, as compared to medium manganese rail 880, and higher grade rails are having More hardness, yes. More UTS, yes. More brittleness, yes. So all of them is the right answer. Rolling mark of rail gives the following information: rail section, yes. Grade of a steel, yes. Month and year of manufacture, yes. So all of them is the right answer. Rolling mark of a rail is branded on one side of the wave, yes. Gives name of the manufacturer, yes. Repeated within the 4 meter, yes. So all of it is the right answer. Life of a rail not only depends upon the GMT but also on the maximum axle load moving over it. Concrete sleepers most commonly used in the track is, that is pre-stressed concrete sleeper. Flat bottom sleeper is, and that is PSC and wooden sleeper. Sleeper most suitable for the modern track is, that is PSC sleeper. Sleeper best suited for the track circuited is, and that is PSC and wooden sleeper. End cross section of a normal PSC track sleeper is, that is trapezoidal. End cross section of a point and crossing PSC sleeper is, and that is rectangle. Type of rails to sleeper fastening is, that is rail free fastening, yes. Rigid fastening, yes. Elastic fastening, yes. So all of them is the right answer. Fastening used in the PSC track load are, and that is elastic fastening. ERC is a elastic fastening. A steel channel sleeper are used at, a steel channel sleeper are used at a steel girder bridges. Hook bolts is a fitting used at a girder bridges. A spherical washer are used at, bridges, ACJ, LC, no. Inclined planes in point and crossing. Sleeper density means total number of sleeper per kilometer. Sleeper density of 1660 kilometer gives a spacing of, and this gives a spacing of 60 centimeter. If sleeper spacing is 65, then sleeper density per kilometer is, and that is 1540 sleepers per kilometer. Length of normal PSC sleeper is, that is 2750 millimeter. Weight of normal PSC sleeper is, and that is around 280 kg. Top width of a rail seat of a normal sleeper is, and that is 150 millimeter. Slope at rail seat of normal PSC sleeper is, that is 1 in 20. Distance between insert at rail seat of a normal PSC sleeper for 60 kg rail on 60 kg PSC sleeper rail is, and that is 162 millimeter. Gauge obtained on a normal PSC sleeper, and that is 1673 millimeter. Slope at rail seat on a point and crossing PSC sleeper is, there is no slope. Sleeper density in a group A route should be, and that is 1660 kilometer. 1660 per kilometer. Rails are fixed to the PSC sleeper with the help of, and that is elastic fastening. Tow load exerted by the new Mark III ERC, and the tow load exerted by the new Mark III ERC is 850 to 1100 kg. Tow deflection of Mark III ERC is, and that is 13.5 millimeter. Liner used in the track circuitry area is, and that is GFN liner. Lubrication of ERC shall be done in corrosion prone area is every year. Initial testing of ERC tow load in non-corrosion prone area is, and that is 4 years or passage of 200 GMT, whichever is earlier. Proposal for through fastening renewal should be initiated when 20% or more of the sample size record tow load below 400 kg and confirm of the 500 sample size. Sample size for measurement of tow load of elastic rail clip is, and that is 1% of the ERC randomly on every 100 sleeper. Sleeper spacing on a curve is the center to center distance between the two consecutive sleepers when measured at the outer rail. In comparison with non-corrosion prone area, the frequency of the toll load of the testing of ERC in corrosion prone area is doubled. Laying tolerance of sleeper spacing is, that is plus minus 20 millimeter. In turnout switch portion, slide jar plates are fixed to the sleeper with the help of, and that is plate screw. In combination track of 52 kg rail with 60 kg sleeper, the thickness of the liner to be used on the gauge face is, and that is 9 millimeter, and non-gauge faces, that is 15 millimeter. So option D is the right answer. The approximate weight of 25 ton wider sleeper is, and that is 332 kg. If 20% of ERC tested falls below 400 kg, confirming by the 5% of the sample size TFR to be proposed. Concrete sleeper is a structural member which may fail due to fatigue failure, that is fatigue failure due to poor maintenance of fittings and depth of ballast. If 20% or more of sample size of ERC record toll load below 600 kg, the frequency of inspection and sample size best size be respectively for non-corrosion prone area should be, and that should be once in a 2 year or 100 GMT or 2% of the every 100 sleeper. Lubrication of ERC shall be done in corrosion prone area is, that is every year. As per testing criteria of toll load of the ERC, which one of the following is the correct? Please look on all the options. And TFR proposal to be initiated, 20% of the result verified by the 5% of the sample size are less than 400 kg. In comparison with non-corrosion area, the frequency of the toll load testing of ERC in corrosion prone area is that is doubled. 1 in 20 cross cant is not provided at, and that is not provided Fountain crossing. Quantity of ballast per meter on concrete sleeper LWR track with 300 mm ballast cushion on the state track is, and that is 2.304 cubic meter. For ballast supply on BG, the maximum permitted aggregate average value, and that is 30%. For ballast supply for BG, the maximum permitted aggregate impact value is, and that is 20%. The permitted range of percentage retention on the 40 meter square mesh sieve in case of machine crash ballast is, that is 40 to 60%. In case of ballast supply, if retention is 65 to 70% on the 40 m square mesh sieve, how much percentage of rate in contactor rate is reduced? And that is 10%. The minimum height of ballast stack permitted in plain terrain in meter, and that is 1 meter. Minimum ballast quantity in each stack permitted is, and that is 30 cubic meter. The percentage deduction for voids in shrinkage permitted on the gross measurement in cess collection for making payment in case of a ballast supply is, and that is nil, no deduction is made. Can inadequate ballast depth affect maintenance of track? Yes, the formation pressure will increase. The width of ballast shoulder to be provided on the outside of the curve in case of LWR track is provided, and that is provided 500 millimeter. The minimum depth of ballast cushion for SWR track is, and that is 250 millimeter.